Swift retributive response, imaginary new normal. These were the terms used in statements released by Pakistan Army after their Corps commanders meeting this Wednesday. These terms were directed at India. But what do these terms mean and what are their implications? In today's Get This, we will decipher these terms, which are essentially new doctrines of Pakistan and Indian armies.
Now you just wait for our response.
In a region perpetually on edge, the latest war of words between Pakistan and India's top military brass have turned heads, and not just for the usual reasons. The Pakistan military issued a robust warning to India after the Corps Commanders' Conference on October 8, 2025. This followed recent inflammatory remarks by the Indian Army chief. The 222nd session of the Corps Commanders' Conference was called amid rising tensions. It was anything but routine. The key takeaways? Pakistan is ready, Pakistan is capable, and Pakistan is unwilling to tolerate any delusions of Indian superiority. Let's start with what the conference actually is. The Corps Commanders' Conference is a monthly meeting of Pakistan Army's senior-most military leadership, but special sessions can be convened during major crises or heightened tensions. It's essentially the Army's high command, often called simply the top brass. That's where all the strategic decisions related to military are taken. So when they say something, it is the whole military talking in one unified tone. The chairperson is the Chief of Army Staff, currently Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir. Attendees include all serving Corps commanders who command the various corps deployed across the country. Plus, principal staff officers from the General Headquarters of the Army are also there. Last week, India's Army Chief declared that restraint was a thing of the past. He claimed India would strike first in any future conflict. He even suggested removing Pakistan from the map. Naturally, social media erupted. Analysts scratched their heads. Some in Pakistan wondered if India had accidentally leaked the script of a Bollywood action sequel. To top it off, Indian media quickly parroted unverified claims. Their army chief supposedly downed 5 Pakistani jets. Again, a number that seemed to multiply faster than actual skirmishes on the record. This time, they specified which ones, F-16s and F-17s apparently. If this is India's new normal, Pakistan appreciates the comic relief. But this new normal term did not come from the Indian Army chief. It came from their Prime Minister Narendra Modi 2 days after the conflict with Pakistan. In his address to the nation, laid out were the 3 strands of new normal. First, any terrorist attack on India will be met with a crushing response, delivered on India's own terms, involving harsh action taken wherever the roots of terror emerge. Second, India will not tolerate nuclear blackmail and will execute precise and decisive strikes against terrorist hideouts. Third, India will no longer differentiate between the government sponsoring terror and the masters of terror. Pakistan Army's Corps commanders have termed this new normal as an imaginary one and have responded by saying that any such misadventure will be dealt with swift retributive response. What is this swift retributive response they're talking about? Before I dive into it, I want to request our viewers to like and subscribe to our channel, as your support is essential for us to bring more such content. Now back to Pakistan's response. The top brass dismissed India's so-called new normal with a doctrine of their own, a new normal of swift retributive response. Any aggression from India would be met with immediate and crushing consequences, real or imagined.
You see, to understand Pakistan Army's swift retributive response, we need to refer to a recent statement from Pakistan Army. On October 4th, the military laid out the counter of response in no certain terms. Pakistan's army cautioned India that a future conflict might lead to cataclysmic devastation. It stated that Pakistan shall not hold back and will resolutely respond without any qualms or restraint. It was also laid out that Pakistan has the capability and resolve to take the fight to every nook and corner of the enemy's territory. Pakistan will shatter the myth of geographic immunity. It will hit the farthest reaches of Indian territory. The Pakistan military stated that India must understand something clearly. Any attempt to erase Pakistan from the map would result in mutual destruction if such a situation were to arise.
The Corps commanders warned against such dangerous assumptions. It clearly signaled that Pakistan's reach isn't limited by geography. Pakistan's military expressed serious concern over India's pattern of warmongering, clearly aimed at domestic political mileage. Delhi's reckless rhetoric threatens not only bilateral stability, it threatens regional peace at large. The army reaffirmed its commitment to dismantling Indian-sponsored terror proxies. Pakistan Army's PR wing, ISPR, issued an official statement after the conference. It wasn't saber-rattling. It was strategic signaling from a force that has shown repeatedly it can match escalation with precision and rhetoric with resolve. India's recent aggressive tone cannot be separated from the events of May 2025. That's when the two countries were drawn into their most dangerous standoff since 1971. The crisis began after a terrorist attack in Pahalgam on the 22nd of April. 26 civilians were killed. India launched strikes against Pakistan. Pakistan responded with measured but powerful force, engaging in high-tech aerial warfare and drone strikes, downing several Indian jets, though Delhi is yet to acknowledge the losses. Ironically, the same India, now threatening to remove Pakistan, was quick to seek a ceasefire by day 4 with the help of the US. India may find comfort in loud speeches and exaggerated claims, but Pakistan's deterrence posture speaks through action and capability, not hashtags and headlines. The core commanders have laid down the red lines.